I want to talk about our relationship with food, or at least my relationship with food, ever since starting on my wellness, healthy fitness journey, because I've been working out and I've been showing you guys pieces of that. And I will talk more in detail about that in the future. But right now, it's like, because I'm doing all of these activities on top of the normal tasks that I do daily around the house, or even the errands I run like throughout the day, what's not, you kind of like want that boost of energy. And I also realized, like, since starting, when I don't eat properly, when I don't eat foods that give me like enough protein or enough sweetness for that energy or something like that, I crash or I don't feel well. So I just want to talk about that. And while we talk about that, we also have to talk about our relationship with like the kitchen or the fridge, because all of these things work together for me. So let's get into that. Obviously, one of the important things to do, like seriously important things to do, is to like stock your house with food. And you have different videos, documentaries, books on, how to get like healthier food. I'm just trying to like pick and choose the foods that I like, the foods that I know I'm going to use, whether it be seasoning for cooking or snacks, things to have on hand, so like that I don't make like the bad choices. As making the food at home is like you're still kind of controlling the amount of sweetness or the different ingredients that you're putting in if you want it to be like healthier. Look at me. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a specialist. I'm just talking about my journey, my relationship with my food, how I cook, depending on my culture, my background, and all of that to share, and maybe you guys can relate. One of the investments we made is like we needed to change our pot. This is just easier for like experience purposes when we are cooking, because when you're cooking and you want to go fast or you don't want to have any struggles, you have to pick like the proper pot or pan that suits the way you cook. And again, there's like each thing has a whole really deep explanation on each thing. And because I'm just beginning, I could just only tell you the general stuff, and I will continue to go deeper into those things as I learn myself. Recently, we bought these carrot pot pans, and I have used them, but you guys are going to see me use them today as well. I like the fact that they're white, there's different colors. Um, Comparing to these. But the reason why we're changing them is because these started to go bad. I don't know if you noticed like the difference. And this one is not so bad, but this one is really bad. And then we have another one that's bad too, but I'm gonna wash it. As you can see, it's no longer like non-stick, like the coating. Like there's a whole big explanation on this. I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm just sharing with you guys, and then you're gonna see how it is. And I could tell you that I already like how they are, but I don't know how long they're gonna last. I think that's the major thing with these pots, because we can't afford the expensive, type of pots. So we actually buy these that's supposed to last you, I think, about 2 to 5 years. But so far we haven't had those that last us that long. Um, So yeah, I'm just really quickly showing you guys, but I am going to be cooking with them today as well. Okay, concerning the relationship with food, I think it had a time more mainly last year or since COVID. I don't know what happened to us, but we had a lot of junk food, or we were kind of also like depressed, stressed. I don't know what you want to say. And we were just looking for that comfort food, and we couldn't find it no matter what we do. Even though we ate junk food, it didn't actually feel the same thing. If you travel like abroad, like away from the country where you was raised, you would know that even though you have McDonald's like in your home, the McDonald's from abroad don't forcefully taste the same thing. And so it goes for like the different types of junk food or meals or whatever. And I guess it just depends on like the type of seasoning they have or the restriction from like the country and all of those things. So obviously the food don't exactly taste the same thing. So it was kind of hard. So we, even though we know how to make certain food, we needed to learn how to make different types of food. And I'm going to show you two recipes in this video. I don't have a name for this recipe, but it's basically chicken, spinach, and sweet potatoes. So as you can see, I used actually a store-bought chicken, like a whole chicken. It just goes faster that way. I shredded it. I re-season it because it doesn't have much flavor for me, but if you can find one with a lot of flavor, that's good too. I added my spinach, a lot of it, and my sweet potatoes I did in the oven as I showed you earlier. For the yogurt parfait, I just have my blueberries, frozen blueberries that I put inside of this pot that I bring to a kind of simmer with some agave or honey and a little bit of lemon juice. And now I'm just adding everything together using Greek yogurt, the fruit, and some muesli, or as I said, granola, and I just repeat the process. I forgot to film me eating the yogurt parfait, and to be honest, it was like having dessert for breakfast. I do like the combination, the taste, everything was perfect. The fact that I didn't added any honey inside of the Greek yogurt, but if there was like honey inside of my fruits, like everything was just well balanced, not overly sweet. You got a little bit of that bitterness from the Greek yogurt. Is for me though, is like even though I used hot fruit or like because I just cooked the fruit, kind of simmer it down. Mm, it was still like something cold. And as much as I like to have my smoothies in the morning, I do rather have like to have like a hot meal in the morning. So even though if I'm having cereal, I actually use hot milk. But generally I go for like a egg sandwich or like a porridge, but something warm on the stomach. That's just my preference. Like make sure that you have at least 2 to 3 foods that are like comfort foods for you, because as much as I can make a salad here and there or just eat like cold sandwiches or something cold, that's not comfort food to me. It might be like a healthy choice. Maybe for like the nutritionist would tell you it's a healthier choice or something like that. But where we grew up, we like to eat warm, hot foods, and our warm, hot foods have a lot of nutritions in them too because we like to cook with like the garlic, the onion, the ginger. We have like a bunch of bell peppers and all of those type of things while we cook our food, so they're not forcefully cold. You don't see them like just big chops in our meals that we eat like that. So I mean, it all depends. And again, I just kind of want to open your eyes also to like different cultures. You don't have to follow mainstream cooking styles that you always see when you are on a fitness journey. There's always like a bunch of fruits and a bunch of veggies. And I'm not saying that that's not good. It's just that you can use them in different ways. And there's like a lot of different ways that you can like find on the internet, and adapt it to your style, to your liking. I can depend on where you live, your culture, what you can get, etc. The relationship with the kitchen also is a thing because if my kitchen is dirty all the time, trust me, I'm not going to be cooking anything and I'm going to opt for like out food, junk food. If the kitchen is clean and everything is like in its place and I could just pick up and go, that's when I'm more excited and I'm going to make better choices. So I like to keep my kitchen clean, and I kind of talked about that too when I did a morning to night routine, and I showed you guys how at night I try to wash my dishes and just have it clean. So like that in the next morning, I know that I can just make my egg, my sandwich, my smoothie, whatever, because there's nothing on the countertops. It's just clean and I can just choose my cup, choose my fruits and everything and just, mix and match without an issue. This also concerned the fridge, how you kind of lay out your fridge. And I know like there's a whole thing around aesthetic fridge and how they look nice, and you need probably like the different containers to keep the things organized. And I'm not saying that that's bad, it's good, but don't leave that hold you back from, trying out different solutions for your fridge, because sometimes we see those things and these people have like humongous big fridge, and my fridge is like very slim and tall instead of like wide. So all of those things that I saw that I kind of wanted to do for myself, it wasn't really possible, at least not in this apartment. So I had to adapt. And what I like to is to have not just like the veggies, like a lot of time you will just see like veggies like cucumbers, lettuce, tomatoes, they're just inside of the containers in the bowls, washed already, but they're not cut, they're not prepped. And I feel like for me, my lifestyle, if I see those in a fridge and I'm like, I have to go and clean my salad, clean my tomato, chop them up, and do all of these things, I'm not gonna want to do that. So if they are already chopped, clean, and put away, and all I have to do is like take a measuring cup, take my clean hand, and just put a handful of each thing and just create a salad, I think that would be easier. And same goes for the fruit. I know cutting the fruit can be kind of complicated because it starts to turn like brown on the outside or whatever, but you can find a solution. You can make a fruit salad that actually lasts in the fridge with some honey, lime, or lemon, and the food stay like perfectly fine like that. I think I actually did this a time when I was going to school, and it stayed perfect in the fridge for the week. So that's an easy thing that you can do. And when you need a snack or something, you can just grab and go. So my fridge, for example, right now, I meal prepped and I like it that way. So like that during the week, I don't have to stop whatever I'm doing, working from home, stop and have to go and cook, because cooking sometimes takes 2 to 4 hours, and that is not a joke. Next time you cook, depending on what you cook, time yourself and you're gonna see how much time it actually takes. I think I rather like take my lunch, eat it, that's gonna be like 15 minutes, and then I have a whole probably hour or so where I can rest, read a book, play a game, just catch up on socials and stuff like that. I am at the beginning. I'm not going to be eating healthy like 100% of the time. I'm gonna have days when I'm gonna crash, and like I said, I want that comfort food. So making a homemade pizza is 10 times better than saying that I'm going to Domino's or something like that. I'm not saying that I'm not going to indulge. Maybe some friends ask you to go out, so you're gonna drink, you're gonna buy out food and what's not. It's just that I'm reducing the amount of time or the amount of money, I don't know what you want to call it, on top of those type of things when I could make it at home. So I'm just really trying to be conscious about what I'm putting in my body, but still having that balance, so like I don't have to crash and just go on a whole eating thing where I just eat everything like back to back, nonstop. And I try to think about like how I eat throughout the day also without putting too much stress, because I know like you can count the calories also. I kind of know like the general knowledge around the calories and the counting calories and stuff like that, but I personally don't like to do it. So I'm just more like, if I had a bowl of cereal in the morning, sugary cereal, yes. If I have that in the morning, I'm not gonna have ice cream for dessert or at night. So I'm gonna hold off and maybe have it the next day or the next week or something like that. That's just how I try to balance it out. And I guess you do, how you feel. Again, I'm just sharing my journey right now. And so I know that my process for like getting to where I want is going to take more time because of the choices I make, but I know it's going to be good for me in the long run, because as much as I want to shape and mold my body, with what goes with that, it also is like the mentalness. So I need to stay mentally good, and for that, I think I need to be able to indulge sometimes in certain things. And I want to know what you think about that. If you are on a wellness journey, if you started a wellness journey, if you already completed, even though I know it's like a never ending type of thing, journey. Leave me know your thoughts on that in the comments. If you think it's good to like take it slow, or you just start straight off the back, just straight into a hard diet and don't try to balance things out. I hope that this video was interesting, and I hope that explained certain things well. And if you found any inspiration or motivation from this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.